Hey guys, I wanted to make a little video about what I like to call the prog state of mind, and I just missed those oranges. I'm so upset. It doesn't matter, I don't need them. The prog state of mind. So we're going into UKH. We're gonna be actually progging in vanilla content for realistically the first time since ever. There's no strategies, there's no videos, nobody knows anything unless it's been somehow leaked from the small group of people actively developing it, which is a possibility, but basically we don't know shit. And I just want to talk about the mindset that I think people should have going into the raid, and how to basically look at things. So the fundamental problem is what does Sun Tzu teach us, guys? Going to lead off with some basic Chinese wisdom here. What Sun Tzu teaches us is that if you know yourself but you don't know the enemy, you will lose for every time that you win. Okay? So we don't know anything about the enemy. We don't have big wig timers to tell us what to do. We don't know what the mechanics are. So it's time to actually play the game. It's time to have your eyes and your ears open and just look at what's going on, more than anything, more than producing damage, more than producing threat, or even producing healing, right? More than the typical things associated with success in this video game. You need to just open your eyes and ears and see what's happening. Is he casting spells? Do the spells have a cast time? Can I kick the spells? He's giving me a debuff. What does it do? Can I dispel the debuff? These sorts of things might seem pedantic, guys, but you just have to you're playing to learn, okay? And while you're playing to learn, you should be playing conservatively. So what does that mean? It means tanks are in pretty much full mitt. DPS are not really trying to push the threat ceiling of the fight at all. They're just going to be chilling out and seeing if they can do things. Can I dodge AoEs? Can I interrupt casts? Can I CC and add? Whatever it is, right? So these are the sorts of evaluations you should be making. Healers should be aggressively overhealing tanks because they don't know what damage these enemies are capable of, or any enemies are capable of. So you kind of just have to aggressively overheal just in case. Aggressively overheal tanks and aggressively overreact to any damage event, and don't have too much concern for your mana, right? So these are the sorts of this is the sort of playing. So you're playing very defensively, very conservatively, and you're just observing. You're just watching and waiting and seeing what this fight is really all about, and you're just determining what the win condition is. And this is, I feel, best summed up by another Sun Tzu quote. Okay, this is another one. To ensure ourselves against defeat lies in our own hands, right? But the opportunity for victory is provided by the enemy himself, okay? The opportunity to win against the enemy is provided by the enemy himself, okay? So we just have to give the mobs enough time to reveal themselves, show us themselves, so that we can know them, and we can know the win condition, and we can know what the opportunity to defeat them is. So that's what you should be looking to do, right? You should be playing to learn with eyes and ears open, playing to evaluate what is happening. Once wipes happen, you say, I noticed this, I observed this, we need to play around this, we need to position for this, we need to dispel this, we need to have several healers healing these targets for this, right? Things like that. Those are the kinds of things you should be trying to come away from with every pull, and really making progress with. The other thing I want to say about the prog state of mind is don't burn yourself out. Don't engage in prolonged warfare. Okay. Don't burn through tons of consumables, right? The consumables, I know that consumables are a huge part of the power budget of vanilla. I understand. I play vanilla, okay? I get it. And no doubt consumables will be important and necessary to push key boss kills, but I think it's more important that you understand the fight rather than trying to brute force the content down with sheer force of numbers, right? So by all means, when you understand the win condition, and if it's a DPS race or something like that, absolutely you should be doing these sorts of things, but feel free to have dry runs. Just figure out what the fuck is going on. Not every fight is going to be super DPS sensitive. Don't burn yourself out. Don't burn the candles at both ends. If you can't get like consumes and stuff, just truly evaluate what is actually going to lead to this boss kill here. And by all means, if it is a numbers sensitive thing, by all means bank up those consumes, get everybody to pop them all at once, and take down the numbers centric fight. But not every fight is going to be a numbers centric fight. Understand key when it comes to deaths, right? Understand common death scenarios. So I got hit by this mechanic, and then I got hit by this mechanic, and if I happen to be here, I got hit by this mechanic, and that all combined kills me, right? That's a common death scenario. And then you have to think about, how do I overcome this common death scenario? Maybe the answer is, well, I have to take this damage, so I just need more effective health. Maybe I need to build more resistance gear. Maybe the answer is simply using a personal cooldown like a healing potion to get through that damage if that weird events happens, right? You should be understanding your deaths as like a DPS. You should be try to be responsible for your own survivability. I'm not convinced that wearing glass cannon gear with no stamina is going to be appropriate for every single fight in this raid. There will almost certainly be a resist fight of some kind. Think critically about the resist fight. Don't just stack as much resist as possible. Think about it in terms of, hey, if this event happens and this event happens and this event happens, and if I have this key resistance amount, is that going to be enough to comfortably live? Okay, cool. I'll hit that key resistance amount, and then I don't need to build it anymore. So evaluate common death scenarios, common failure scenarios and outcomes, and what can be done to kind of overcome them, right? And just be prepared to die a lot. It's fine. I mean, it's just, nobody knows what the fuck is going on. Nobody understands what the fuck is going on. I just told everyone to play conservatively. That might be completely the wrong tact to take on one particular boss. It might be the most brutal and insane DPS race you've ever seen. I don't know. But you just don't know until you kind of play these things out. So tanks are playing conservatively. Tanks are trying to position things, trying to understand things. Healers are playing conservatively in the sense that they're burning mana to just spam fucking heals to keep everyone alive as long as possible to see what's actually going on. And DPS are playing conservatively. They're not pumping either. But eventually you'll figure out the fight, and you'll figure out the win conditions and the lose conditions, and then you'll be able to retune and adjust accordingly. But yeah, you'll expect to die a lot. It's fine. And enjoy learning. Take a curiosity and kind of fascination with the game, right? Don't just be like, oh, I died, this stuff is stupid. Don't be uncritical or uncurious about what's going on. Respect the content until the content demonstrates that it's not worthy of your respect, basically. If there's a mechanic, they put it in the game for a reason. They wanted you to engage with it and have fun. And if they fucked up and did a poor job, maybe they fucked up and did a poor job, but only judge that when you've actually given it the benefit of the doubt and really tried to figure it out, I'm not saying like the designers are flawless, but at the end of the day, what they're trying to do is create a fun game, right? And they wouldn't do something if they didn't ultimately try to make a challenging and interesting encounter, right? They wouldn't just put stuff in there. So yeah, give it the benefit of the doubt. Be curious about the content, play the content, actually play the game, and have fun. I think progging is some of the most fun you can have in the fucking game if you take the right mindset to it. If you don't get mad about a lack of progress or where you are relative to other people, or gets upset about too many wipes or repair bills and things like that. Just be economical and be deliberate about the things you spend money on. And yeah, just enjoy the prog, man. Enjoy learning and being fascinated with the content. That's pretty much it, guys. I'm gonna get focused on this because I just fucked it up. God damn it.